Here it is. All right. I'm assuming that this just saves to this. I don't know how this works exactly, but I'm hoping that it just saves.
Is in captivity. The galaxy is
It has
empty.
voices? What? It's the little things, the fact that this has voices. Things are things. Dang. Hopefully work's going well, Ring. I first battled the Metroids on planet Zebes. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader, Mother Brain, to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization. It's the end of Metroid 1. Russell Roney, about to find out. I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld, SR-388. Completely eradicated them except for a larva, which after hatching, followed me like a confused child. Nice, that's exciting. Yeah, it's so cute. I personally delivered it to the
Want to give a
Galactic Research
prayer
Station at Ceres so scientists
for
could study its
stuff.
energy-producing qualities. The sprite work in this game is just insane. The scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. Thank you for blessing the run. I played a little bit of Metroid 2. When I first got my Analog Pocket, that was the first game I played a bit of. The heebie-jeebies. I like laughed and burped at the same time. Oof. Oof. I'm okay. Yeah, put it in the Matrix. Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt, but I had hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Ceres Station was under attack. Show Metroid. Dang, it showed Metroid Prime. Which the remaster is actually very good. Alright, here we are, Space Colony. We gotta get acquainted with buttons. My girl likes to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. I don't know why it's the song I thought of when I said. Okay, so that's jump. That's shooty McShoot. I can hold it down. Okay, so that's, I can aim up or down. Oh, and if you hold them both, you fire straight up? Okay. Jump. That's all my buttons right now. Oh, or you can hold up. Nah. I'd rather... I like the use of the L and R. I feel limited by holding up. But holding L and R doesn't make me feel like I'm stuck to that position. Even if it is. But it's cool you can hold up. Alright, that was rude. Oh, okay, so my jump height, I can tap it. Okay, it's based on how long. Oh, A button is run. A button is jump. Oh, B button is run. Oh, if I jump. Oh my gosh. No. I'm about to die. Oh no. Ah. All right, death. What the? What? I just go back the way I came? Uh. Ah. I'm scared. Oh my gosh. It's nice I don't have to shoot the doors. Oh no, jump. What the? Ouch. 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 Oh my gosh. This is stressful. Get out of there. Oof. They give you a long time to get out of there, luckily. That was scary. This is Christine's planet. Heebie-zeebies. They mean A button, as in some button. One of the buttons. I bet it's A. Yeah, I guess it would be A on a, like an Xbox controller. Okay, now I have to shoot the... Chillin', minding my business. All right, MTK, thank you. Good luck. Enjoy your day. Okay, that clearly I need a certain type of weapon there. Wait, can I look at the... Okay, you can't look at the entire map. That's helpful. Okay. Retrothon? What's Retrothon? What does that mean? Retrothon. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Gotcha. Dang. Submitted 4 games. Super Metroid. F-Zero. What else? An old thong. Barely holding itself together. Hey. Oh, wow. It's like the... That's cute. Like Metroid 1. Oh, no. Dude, what? All right, can't go that way. How did I... Okay, I double tapped. Like crouch. Oh, my crouch is a tap. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Select missiles and press X. I only have missiles, right? Like, oh, I have to press select. Okay. Dang, it took all my missiles. Jeez Louise. They really, fast track you into some of this stuff. Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collides Randomizer, Symphony of the Night 80% glitchless, CV4 whip only, and Clone Hero. Dang. Okay. Okay, I see you. I recently did a whip only Castlevania playthrough just for funsies. I really like the whip only category. Dee doo doo dee doo doo doo. Bleep bloop. Bloop blah bleep bloop. Whoa. Dang. It got exploded. Stop it. Get wrecked. I don't know why I feel like I can jump through there. Alright, so now we get actual enemies. Okay, it is cool to not have to press like a R. Like I can just press the direction. Although I do like the pressing of the R. It's the 18th letter. Prophecy professor. Stay clever. Long as the planets stay together. Oh no. We're pretty generous with the platform. Positioning! I say that as I fall down. Don't worry. I'm okay. I'm okay. This is fine. No. Can I wall jump? I don't know anything. This is my first... This is honest. I think, yeah, this is the most I've ever played this game. Now that I'm playing it, I don't think I've ever played it. Alright, we didn't check this door, did we? Oh, we did. This was where the ball... I could go into a ball, right? But I need the... explodey things. They're space pirates? Lass, how's it going, Lass? Alright, select. Wow, does it really take 5 missiles or does it take 4? Sabera, how you doing? Oh, these things. Oh. How you doing? It does take 5, okay. Is this save? What is this? Oh. Oh, it gave me map data. Oh, there's a save. I can save with my ship too, huh? Well, this is cool. I can look at my body too. I got map. I got body massage. Arr. Can I access it from either side? No. Rude. Gotta do new plays today. That's great. Congrats. I've never played through Metroid. I've played it, but I didn't have it as a kid, so it wasn't a game I really played. much. I've played bits of it though. All right, bye. Sorry I upset you. That's kind of how I feel. I don't think it's that great, but this game on the other hand feels good. Okay, so this was the save according to the map. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I bet if I had Metroid as a kid, I'd probably hold it in higher regard, I guess. I'm doing great, lass. I don't know how to save state on this. I should probably learn how to save state. Does anybody know how to save state on an FX pack? The whole reason I got this was so I could save state practice Super Castlevania, and then I clearly never did. Because I don't know how save states work. I know they exist. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm okay. Oh, it still hurt me. It's good to know. Sure, let's go in the hole. I need a thing for that. What's down here? Okay, let's find out. I had it as a kid and I loved it as a kid, but now I think it's terrible fare. When you play with a lot of like Metroid style games, like that's your genre. Wait, is that health? Yeah, that is health, huh? Well, they're very generous so far, right? At least in this part. Yeah, I need bombs, exactly. Maybe that's what this is. Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like your expectations... Oh. I didn't know. Oh, crap. And we're dead. I had no idea that that thing was going to get super mad at me and then I would break out of my clothes. Dang. Okay. That was painful. I wonder if I can kill it with rockets. Kind of want to try again. I'm not stubborn at all. Dude, I broke out of my clothes. Samus over here getting naked. Not fully. Not that lucky. That's a weird thing to say. Just go. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was gonna go back and try missiles. Are you? Sure are. Get it, Samus. Alright, we're gonna try missiles this time and see how that works. So can you fight all of these statues? Oh, so you can't leave. It's just I made it poop itself. All right. Whoa! Holy item gasm. It just gasmed items all over. You know what's funny is when I worked at a pharmacy, I had a customer named Justin Bailey. And he was about my age, so he was aware. He was aware of his fame. Like, the Justin Bailey? And he's like, no. I get asked that a lot, though. Limited 10 missiles. Got it. I need bigger pockets in my suit. Ow. I feel like there was a place I needed to go back here. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh. Wait, now it doesn't say S on my spaceship, but my spaceship should always say S. Clones? Okay, can't go that way. One of Justin Bailey's clones? You better let me save here. Okay. Let's fly away. Criteria? What? Crateria? I got Crateria once. They gave me antibiotics. It was fine. I must get a double jump. Oh yeah, I saw in the... Oh, I could have gone through that wall back there with these. Oh well. Here we are. Long hair, don't care. Whoa! Samus. Chill. No. Yeah, but why? It's not Castlevania, huh? I'm not gonna find stuff in the walls. Yeah, but I'm okay now. Alright. Green slime shampoo. Not the way. Every time I pass a save, I'm just gonna save it. I don't even know if it's actually gonna save, though. I need to learn how to save state. Need to know how that works. I'll just Google it. That way I can make sure, hopefully, maybe, how to save state. SD. Hey, what's going on, Oni? I agree. Yes, Oni. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Oh my gosh. Nobody wants to just tell me the default. I give up. Loss of appetite, diarrhea, sleep. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yes, I'll go back there. Just run. Explodey bombs. Whoa, I don't like that I can't see. Here to watch a game. How you doing? What are the things? Whoa. What in the... What? There's a flying turd. What was the flying turd thing? I'm a little scared of it. There's like a... Look like a Snickers bar. There it is. Ooh, you dead. Poo plane. Ow. What'd you make me do? E-tank. It was a flying turd thing. I saw it. Morph ball and bomb. I'll have a morph ball and bomb, please. Just walk over there. Okay. Guardy McGarden balls. Garden balls. Garden ball Z. Ah, ding ding. Can't tell like how close I can be to them without it hurting me. Oh, there you go. I want that. Wow, he did a lot of damage actually. Wait. Yeah. Exploded your butt cheeks. Blazin', welcome in. Yours the missiles. No. You're not my real dad. Once I break these red doors, are they forever broken? I wasn't paying enough attention before. Like, I don't have to use 5 every time I go through a red door, right? I'm gonna find out. Missiles are faster? That's okay. I'm going the distance. I'm not going for speed. I can't tell. I'm having that, you know, where I can't decide which direction to go because I want to go the direction where I think they're going to allow me to save. I don't know which direction that is. Oh, this looks bad. Bye. I don't think I want to deal with that right now. Whatever's going on there. Run away. Check this way. I actually wish... I wonder, I could probably change the buttons, right? Wow. Glad I'm limited to 10. That's the end game. Oh, okay. Okay. That looked scary. Yeah, because I feel like a different button configuration would be better. What's that? Oh! Okay. That's cool. Does that mean I can hold more missiles? What's going on here? Okay. That's cool, I guess. I'm okay. Yeah, what's up now, butthole? Okay, every one of those adds 5. That makes sense. No! I thought I could do it. Turns out I could not. Do. Oh, stop it. I had a feeling. Turd. Speed boost. As a map thing? Okay. Okay, so if I drop down one more, there's a save. That's actually perfect. So I need to go to the right, drop down, and then to the left. Looks like there's an item there. Go to the right. Get wrecked. Get your booty cheeks wrecked. Alright. Sorry I yelled at your booty cheeks. They didn't deserve that. Let's go, lass. Alright, that's a good place to stop. I got 5 minutes.